welcome to Rhythm Guitar for Absolute Beginners. In this class we're going to look at a new chord, F major. But first we're going to go back and have a look at the first two chords we looked at, G and C. Okay, so the G chord, fourth finger on the third fret of the E string, the top E string or the first string. The second finger at the second fret of the A string or the fifth string, and the third finger at the third fret of the low E string or sixth string. And the C chord, very simply, all we need to do is to remove the fourth finger, and the second and the third finger are shifting across, and we're putting the first finger on the first fret of the B string or second string. So the change, very simply, like this and this. So the second and third fingers are just moving across one string. Okay, now the new chord, F major. Well, if you look at the diagram, you'll see that we're using the second and third fingers again, but they are now shifting across. The third finger is now on the third fret of the D string or the fourth string, and the second finger is on the second fret of the G string or the third string. Now it's the first finger that is doing something very, very different. You can see that it's covering the first fret of both the B string and the E string. And you should get, if you're getting this right, something like this. Of course, don't worry for the moment if you're getting sort of buzzing sounds or muffled sounds. Certainly with a bit of practice you'll get it, that's for sure. So, you will see that the F chord, the C chord, the G chord all have these two fingers in common. The second and third fingers, and they're just going back along the same frets but on the different sets of strings. So let's do a little practice. You'll see the chord progression above, and it's just C, F and G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll see again, you know, it's those two fingers just moving along at the same frets. Now let's have a look at the last chord we learned in the last class, the D minor chord. Now if we put on the F chord, again, so we've got the flattened fingers there, we've got the second finger on the second fret of the G or the third string, and the third finger on the third fret of the D string or the fourth string. Now to go from there, as you can see in the diagram, we're going to remove the third finger, put the fourth finger down on the third fret of the B string or the second string, and the first finger is going to be on the first fret of the E string or the first string. Alright, so the second finger is kind of keeping you anchored, it's keeping you on the fretboard. And once again we have that classic chord progression, like we had G to E minor, we had C to A minor, and now we've got F to D minor. So let's look at another chord progression that uses the F chord, and it's another classic progression used in many rock and roll songs, many doo-wop songs, such as Gene Chandler's Duke of Earl or Maurice Williams' Stay, and 4 chords. And if you look at the chord progression above, you'll see C, A minor, F and G. Let's have a look at this. Have a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another chord progression you can try is the 12 bar. We've done it in A, we've done it in D, we've done it in G, and now we can do it in C. All we need is C, F and G. And if you look above there, you'll see the chord progression. C for 4 bars, F for 2 bars, back to C for another 2, and then G, F, C and G, and then we can finish back on the C chord. So practice that. Practice it with the different rhythms that we've looked at recently, and try and make that F chord ring nice and true. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next class. Bye bye.